It's interesting, isn't it, when you're Prince Harry, because clearly you do look at social media, whatever they say. As you know, Harry and Meghan claim that social media was toxicity, whatever they want to call it, but they decided to come off it because they didn't think it was a safe place. But normally, of course, this is the area where you find out exactly what the public thinks about you. Now, whether it's their group, their companies, their marketing managers, PR teams, seemingly something has been fed back to both Harry and Meghan. But as ever, what is it? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. As ever, lovely to see you today. Now, a lot of people have been saying to me, why didn't you mention Judith Durham on that recent tribute to, of course, the brilliant and late Olivia Newton-John and the man behind so many Motown hits, Lamont Dozier. Truthfully, I didn't really want to depress many voters because, on a truthful note, you do kind of think, oh no, there's too much bad news, isn't there? But a lot of people said, did you meet Judith Durham? And I did, only briefly. Lovely lady, really, really fun lady, in fact. But my real association with her was, I was interviewing the brilliant actor, pop star, lyricist, Barnum, Broadway star, Jim Dale. And I didn't realise until obviously sitting down for a chat with him that he was the man that supplied the lyrics to one of their biggest hits. Do you know which one I'm talking about? You do? Oh, great. We don't need to discuss it. I'm only joking, of course. Georgie Girl, do you remember that one? It was written by Tom Springfield, the brother of Dusty. That's right. Always a connection, you see. And Judith loved the song, and it became an amazing hit based on the same name of the movie of that year. And when you think about it, as I say, Jim Dale, we talked for hours in his #1 dressing room at the London Palladium. I was very young at that point when I met him. And that's when you realise what great things people have done in their lives. Never dismiss somebody because they may look a little bit older or they don't seem to have done anything. I don't mean that cruelly, but you never know truly what they've done. Jim is a superstar, all thanks to Carry On Films, great Broadway and West End performances, still going strong today, and of course to many, the voice of Harry Potter on those audio books. Back as ever though, to your breaking royal story. Now this particular story I do find fascinating in itself because as we've often said here on the show, Harry and Meghan claim they don't watch anything, they don't listen to negative media, stuff like that. I'm sure they don't watch this, they could learn something if they did. But what's interesting for me is that according to a very good source, as we know, Prince Harry has got many jobs, upstart manager for Better Up or whatever it's called, chief impact officer, never truly know. He signed up for a lot of jobs, as we do know, Netflix, Spotify, all that sort of stuff, the book deal, but seemingly for very little return so far. A lot of them, let's not forget, of course, went through their company, Archwell, which is allegedly a charity. Interesting on that one in itself. But what is more interesting now is, as we've recently seen in most output from Prince Harry, is his ability to be able to talk about his own mental health problems and not being cruel about that at all. Nice that he wants to share it. Possibly the wrong platform, and given his platform, he should be better advised as to what he's saying. But according to a very good source, Prince Harry is very keen on branching out in a new career. Let me explain. A recent video in which, of course, he was talking to various people about their own mental health struggles. A lot of people did condemn him, saying he shouldn't be speaking like this, he's not qualified, etc., etc. Now, over in LA, over in California, I have been told, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, but exclusively, that Prince Harry is very keen now to develop that as another career. And when you think about it, people might sneer and say, oh really? But the comedy actress, singer and performer Pamela Stephenson converted from that showbiz career into a career as a psychiatrist. So it's not really that strange, is it? It would seem rather strange if you were to book the former royal Prince Harry for a one-to-one session to find out you're looking at one of the most famous faces in the world and then discussing your problems. But if this is the case, and if this is the way that he wants to pursue his life and find inner peace, then perhaps it could simply work for him. As we know, his wife allegedly wants to become something of a political powerhouse, so that simply could work for her. But according to that good source, Prince Harry's taken on board the fact that people are criticising, even though he's speaking from a value point of having a lot of therapy, a lot of discussion himself. Of course, this was the discussion, seemingly, that he couldn't find the help for when his wife was in the same situation. I'll just leave that there. But if this is the case and he wants to move on, I truly think we should all wish him well. But as ever, will they see it through, or will it be just another flash in the pan moment? Or soon, we will be calling the former royal Dr. Harry. As ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.